on. Okay, there we go. Crap. Well, I'm gonna get to going. Get things going. Get things done. Power steering. Power steering hoses. Trying to get this place cleaned up. That's what I'm trying to do. Working on that. All right, there we go. Now we're back on it. Oh, let's see if I can do something here. No, I ain't gonna mess with it. As soon as I mess with it, it'll start goofing up. Man, I can almost guarantee. What's everyone doing tonight? I'll just sit here and talk to myself. Some eventually want to say. Anyway. This stuff gonna end up in this bin. This trim we're gonna have to watch. Don't want it to get bent or broke. Oh, what's up? Hey, thank you. It is a 63 Chevy Biscayne. Car is bound for SEMA as soon as we get it finished. So she's got to be done by November. LS swapped. Waiting on the interior to show up. Got to get the glass in. Got a little bit of paint touch up to do back there. That's about it, you know. It's got, let's see, air ride suspension, Corvette C5 disc brakes on all four corners. 20-inch billet specialties in the back, 18s in the front. You name it, you know, we've done it. Okay, keep on the channel. We're gonna be doing, I don't know, hopefully here, I'd like in the next month, maybe 2 months, maybe we can get it to fire up. One would think I'd have started the engine before I put it in, but that would be the common sense thing to do. Didn't think of doing that. I just wanted to get it in and get it in there. I built it. I know it's good. And if not, so we pull it back out and fix it. You know what I mean? I can either sit around and wait to finish getting the engine built to fire it up, or we can put it in and proceed and go backwards if we have to. Because there ain't nothing like building a car if you ain't done it 6 times over just to get it done the first time. You know what I mean? And basically what I'm trying to do, the whole point of this channel is to motivate people that are handicapped. You know, just because you're missing body parts and whatever, get out in the garage and do it. Don't slow you down. I mean, we may not run fast, but still get out there and get it done. Don't let it run your life. So this is part of the seat bracket. Garage has been an absolute disaster, so we got to get it cleaned up. Some trim in there. This here kind of a box of miscellaneous. I'm gonna have to go through it. We're gonna have to figure out what's in it. Hey, go find one and build it, man. Um, you should have seen this one about a month ago when we were pushing to get it just to the Cleveland show. Uh, don't matter what the car is, go out and find something. Get it in the garage and build it. If you don't know, there's plenty of ways to learn. Um, plenty. I got a list of channels in my channel description, or a bunch of my videos have a list of channels. All those guys, they'll teach you anything you want to know. Well, okay, so there you got the basics down. Um, so yeah, you kind of know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about some of the stuff we did on this. I did not do the body work. My body work skills are subpar, okay, I guess. I don't know. Good enough for the weekend cruiser, local, you know, town square shows type stuff. To bring it to this level, I got a buddy of mine that does it, and he's the one that did it, and that's the guy that's on there right now, Metal Art Customs. He's the one that did the body work. Um, so yeah, I to bring it to the level that I wanted the car to be at, I had to take it to this guy here, and then I pretty much handled all the mechanicals. I put a new frame under it, put floors in it. We did a lot. This guy built a custom hood for it. Had to section the roof to replace rot. That's the whole problem with building them. And the parts are getting so ridiculous anymore, it's not even funny. So how's Daryl doing tonight? See if I can pull the rest of the chat up here. Trying to clean up so I can keep plugging away. Got guys wanting to buy a lot of things. Your paperwork has got to get put in the box with all the paperwork. That's the paperwork toolbox. Like I said, man, just scour marketplace. Um, and I guess it depends on the part of the country you're in because I've seen prices all over. I kind of get on there and I kind of cruise around a little bit, see what some of the markets are, and the market's getting pretty crazy. My wrench I've been missing. Electrical pliers. You need that. I mean, I pretty much need everything in here, but gotta get it sorted. Oh no, I just didn't plug them in. Yep. Kind of sorting through this stuff. kind of sorting through this stuff. Gonna take some of the stuff back to the house that doesn't need to be here anymore. Gonna take stuff back to the house that doesn't need to be here anymore.
Oh, yeah, that way you a little bit. You said doing it every year.
Right.
Got any spray paint out here you're not using?
What do you need? What color?
Your mom wants to start painting stuff, so I told if you had any, none of your good paint.
Um, I put some. I put some up there.
Huh?
What is she painting?
Junk around the house or your ornaments and all
Like, what color do you
that. Huh?
need? What color do you need?
Anything, I think. I thought you
Um,
got something fixing. I didn't know if you had stuff out here you're not using.
yeah. If I put it up there, I'm not using it.
Yeah, I don't touch nothing unless you're at.
Yeah, I'm not. If I put it up there, I'm not using it. I got. Yeah, that stuff there I got to clean up.
That's nice, not a big deal.
This Eastwood stuff is a good rust preventative
I
one.
told her, I said, you got some good stuff out here. Well, you
Um,
don't do that in the basement, too.
yeah. Whew. Yeah, see, they're on.
You really have much more to put in this garbage?
Uh, Probably not. If I do, I'll just walk it up
Probably have to
there.
pull it out to the road.
Yeah, I'll just walk it up there when I leave.
Right.
Stuff like this. We got to get it all down into one spot, basically, is what we got to do. I got a box full of fuel stuff. I got a box full of cleaning stuff. This harness is part of the power windows. I'll keep it stored in the car because that's where the rest of this harness is. Which we should be doing some wiring here real soon. I've been waiting for my buddy's schedule to clear up so he can come out and give me a hand. But he's got his own shop going on, um, so we kind of gotta, I can't ask him to stop his business and his life to run over and help me out. This box is pretty much gonna have to stay as is. This one has sound deadening in it. Yeah, I have sound deadening. So we can bring these two together. Leftover AC hoses, that can go in that miscellaneous box. Honestly, that one can kind of go in there. You know what I mean? What's up, Jay? How you doing tonight? Um, that's there. So this is the old accessory drive off the car sitting in this box. And what I got to do is I got to go through it because I got somebody that wants it. What's up, Gary? How you doing tonight, man? We got a nice little somebody going to get a nice little package deal here, basically. Kind of what I'm getting at. Um, that can stay there. High amp alternators, LS3 pumps, a set of valve covers, no valve cover, no coil covers, and everything else that goes along with it. I'll even throw another set of those covers in. Maybe I'll do something special with them, because I can't use them. They got a crack in them. So maybe I'll do a decorative set like I did for a couple of people. You know what I mean? Possibly. I got to get confirmation on the person, but yeah, I might be making a care package for somebody. All right, so what do we got in here? This is a receipt. Yes, that is a receipt. That goes there. It's kind of a junk box. Items in here. I need to keep it with my Holly stuff because it's got part numbers on it. How does it, so how did everything look inside the engine once you got it all the way down? Okay, hold on. Yes, I'm still going to break down the cost of the build. That video is going to take a little bit of planning. Jessica's going to help me do it. I'm ballsy for doing that. But like I said, the one thing I will not discuss is the only thing I will not discuss when I break down the cost of this build is any business dealings with another company. So, yes, I sold it. Some guy just picked it up a couple weeks ago. Oh, you got a 40 over motor. So you got flat tops, and what cylinder heads do you got on it? How you doing tonight, Chris? Because depending on your CC and your head, I can't really see them doing that. Junk heads. Okay. All right, Ed. So, was that a 350 or a 327? I can't remember. So that'll help with compression a little bit. Well, that motor was full of little surprises, wasn't it? Johnny Rocket, over here now. What's going on? I think you're going to be happier with the RV cam. So you should be like 355 cubic inches or something like that now. But with your torque converter, the size car you have, and what you plan on doing with it on lengthening it, I think you'll be happier with an RV cam. Um, I think it'll match with that converter you have a little bit better. That is a 63 Chevy Biscayne. Um, air ride suspension, 20s and 18s on it. Big disc brakes in the front and the rear off a Corvette. Uh, LS swapped, ITB injected intake, Holley Terminator. The paint and body work was done by Metal Art Customs. Mechanical was all handled by me. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to tell you what I want with LS. One, do you know how hard it is to purchase over-the-counter head gaskets? Just parts in general, okay? So, when you're building a car that is going to be a cross-country cruiser or a highway runner or whatever, you're going to want it to be, yeah, plus it's going to SEMA. You're going to want the car to be to the point that if you do have a problem on the road, you can go in and buy the parts for it right over the counter. Injectors go. I can buy the injectors. I don't have to sit and wait for a carburetor kit to get delivered to me. Intake gasket issue. Order a set of intake gaskets. Head gaskets. Head gaskets are hard to find at the parts store anymore. It's mainly parts availability. So, $36 a set. Right. So, yeah. So, go out and purchase a small block anymore. You're going to spend $1,000 on a decent motor that probably needs to be torn down. You go out and get an LS motor, $500. LS variant, let's say that, because people see Vortec and they freak when you got an iron block and you call it an LS. How's that one? You know what I mean? Okay, so you had a 350 built. How much horsepower are you at? Because I'll tell you where this one should be. Okay, so you're about 420 horsepower. I am flirting in that area, probably more realistically 400 horsepower. And it cost me $600 to get there. I got maybe $1,200 all said and done. Daryl, you keep saying that. Why do you want to go with a 4.8? You just wanting to blow a bunch of boost at it? Okay, so you take your 6 liter, you're at 340 horsepower to begin with. You slap a decent camshaft and everything else in it, you could be up over 400 for, you know, you can be all said and done for 1,500 bucks, let's say, maybe 2,000. Okay. So JG, what's up? Uh, and that's grabbing something from the junkyard and just throwing a cheap camshaft and everything else at it and going. By all means, you probably should pull anything down anyway, but I have pulled more 250, 300,000 mile motors down on the LS motors and seen cross hatching still to where a small block, every time I get over 100,000, I'm looking at a bore. Um, so someone, okay, so that's actually not bad. $6,000 in, and you having a machine shop doing it or a builder do it. That's really not that bad. I'm just saying for parts availability, and I'm wanting, you know, I want a little bit more reliability out of it. I want the fuel mileage, and I don't want to be jetting carburetors going over the mountains. So I went with VLS. It was slated for a big block when I first initially started building the car, but that's when I got away from driving this thing all the way across the United States and not having to worry about nothing. I had to go with the modern stuff. There is, and I'm not saying the small blocks are bad. I love them. Big blocks, love them too. But I see a giant push for people reverting back to the small blocks now, which has taken the price of a small block and driven the price of a small block up. There you go, Daryl. 400 horsepower, 6 miles to the gallon. 400 horse on an LS, 15 to 20. Um, See, and here's the problem, and this is my theory on this, okay? Camshafts breaking or wiping cam lobes on break-in. That's because we've gone from they harden the camshafts differently now. They're now do I think we went from like case hardening to induction hardening or vice versa. But the hardness on the camshaft used to be a lot deeper, and in like the late '90s, early 2000s, they started just instead of going this deep on the camshaft, and now they're that deep. So it doesn't take much. It actually, if you find an old school cam, what Daryl's saying right now, you find an old school cam and have it reground, you're actually light years ahead. I believe. I think you got a better core. Generally, all the camshafts you're buying aftermarket anyway. Nobody, if you're going to buy a $400 camshaft, you're buying a reground cam. I mean, nobody uses brand new cores for camshafts unless you're getting a complete custom grind, and then you're talking big dollar camshafts and everything else. But it is nothing for people to put a camshaft in a motor anymore and wipe them out. So if you're going to go through the work and put the camshaft in the engine, why not just switch over to a roller motor, put a roller camshaft in it? Now you don't have to break them in. There you go. It's why he went for a full roller on his big block. Daryl, you had you had an older camcorder or cam, and you put it in yours, and you had I think a couple get wiped out, or maybe a lifter got wiped out. I don't know, but still, we got bad metal coming from who knows where, and the quality control is not there. I mean, honestly, that's just my personal opinion. Um, if you're going to put the money in a motor, put a little bit more in and go full roller. You ain't got to break them in. Drop that sucker in, hit the gas, and go. Okay, so you're in a class. There you go. So are you doing stock car racing? You doing like um, drag racing? What are you doing? Right, even with additives. Stock car. Okay, so you're probably what? What class you running? Trophy, late model, what? Probably trophy, street stock. Yeah, because then, yeah, when you start getting the bodies like that, you will really have to go by your rules or start factory stock, yeah, or start reading in between, find them, the gray rules. You know what I mean? Be like Smokey Eunuch. Um, and a guy that's I'll tell you a guy that knows a lot. I know what I know, but I'll tell you a guy that knows a lot is somebody just piped in there, JG. That guy, that guy'll spill some knowledge on you. Hey, have fun with that stock car racing stuff. Um, you got to have a good motor builder to run all the way through. You know what I mean? There you go. Look at that pretty one if you love cars. Netherlands. Well, welcome. Netherlands, you guys do the what do they call them, beer can cars or whatever that is. I can't pronounce the name of it. But you guys will take a pretty car like that and just start smashing it all down and whatnot. Thanks for putting that up there, Daryl. Um, what do they call that? Is that where, or is that more in like I think it's up by you. No, they take the street cars and the kids do the partying in them. They run around all over the place. Um, I can't remember what they call it. I think it translates to beer can cars or something like this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm drawing a complete blank, and I'm actually gonna look it up right now. Let's see if I can figure it out, because now it's really kind of driving me crazy. I guess it's in Sweden. Different country. I was wrong. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. Uh, keep us updated on Keep us updated on your little stock car build there, because as soon as you mention stock car build and you actually 51 FS, I'll kind of remember that. I am in Ohio, Northeast Ohio. Uh, what do they call it? Pilsner cars or something like that. My pronunciation's beer can cars. In the Netherlands, primarily refers to specialized electric mini tanker trucks. Never mind. They're talking about Heineken. I don't know. SRC family. Who's SRC family? Um, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I agree. I agree. It's a little too light for my flavor. I appreciate that. Street Racing Channel, Old Man's Garage. I, yeah, I've never heard of them. Actually tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check them out right now. Um, you said it was SRC family. Let's see. Street Racing Channel, Old Man's Garage. Hold on. Street Racing Channel. Let's see. Let's go back, make sure I'm getting this right. Whoa, hold on here. I kind of think I know that track. These guys, yeah, they are rare over there. I sold a couple cars in the past, and a couple of people that approached me about selling them and trying to get them lined up to where you can send them over there. They were like big Cadillacs and stuff like that, big land yachts. Um, Here, I tell you what, let's do this. I'll show you the Cadillac we got here if you're into the big old cars like that. Show you exactly what we got going on here. A beginner, honestly, if I were to be doing an older car in a beginner car, anything from the mid 70s is a great grab, or the mid 80s or early 80s. Good grabs. But prices are actually starting to come back down to realistic levels. There's the Cadillac. Um, the more mainstream you get, like find four doors. Four-doors are great cars to start out with because they can be had for cheap. Even though the prices on them are really kind of starting to climb up. I can't really scan out. She takes up the whole garage. Let's just say that. But those are the good ones to grab up. She's a fun one to drive. She's a beaut. That car is actually all stock. That car's only got like 35,000 miles on it. I don't know what that equates into kilometers, but that's pretty low. That was my grandfather's car, and left it to my brother when he passed. That is a, hold on, 1 minute. I'll tell you in a sec. That is a 1954 Cadillac Fleetwood. That's what that is. And got the, so can you guys hear me? That's the back of this one. I said the guy that painted this, he did a phenomenal job. I'll kind of show you some of the things he. All right, I think we're back. Well, guys, I'm going to get going for the night. I got people calling me. Obviously, they need to talk. So appreciate everyone hanging around. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Get out in the garage. Go find something cheap. Get banging away on it. Have fun with it. They ain't all got to look pretty as long as you're having fun driving it, right? All right, guys. Stay greasy. All right. Guys, we're going to get going here. Take it easy.